Testing, testing, 1, 2. 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 Everybody, I hope you can hear me. Just let me know if things are coming across okay. I'm having some weirdness with my streaming OBS server, so I'm not sure if things are there and coming across. 10+ second delay, weird but okay audio. It's looping the audio. Okay, cool. Thanks, dude. Just let me know if the audio is still looping, and I'll try and fix something. Audio is instant now, no playback heard. Okay, cool. So you're not hearing weird reverb or anything like that. Give me a thumbs up if it sounds good. Or a 5x5, or yeah, sounds good. Something like that. Oh, bad. Shh. So it sounds bad. Can you explain bad, Crypto Tarzan? Like, do we have reverb going on? Is it doubling up my audio? Is it looping the audio? It's back to a delay. Nicholas says it's fine now. Chandra says yes, fine. Okay. Sounds good. In Holland, good. Holloman, sorry. Nicholas, yes. Sounds okay to me. Audio is not in sync. Okay. Yep, sorry about that. I can understand the audio not being in sync. Sounds okay, not in sync to video. All right, give me a estimate of about how far it's off. Let me see if I can reset something to make the delay out of sync fix. Audio is not synced to video. Okay. I can try and edit. Let me try and edit on the fly, okay? Good luck. If I lose anybody, I apologize. I'm just trying to figure out some of this stuff. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Audio is not synced to video. Okay. Well, I feel like if I try and change anything here, it's gonna totally kill my stream. So I'll try and fix it for next time. I think I'll just leave it as is for this time, and we'll see how it goes. Are you guys able to see the chat? Are you guys able to see your chats over on the right? Nicholas, I think, is asking for everyone to refresh their screen. So maybe just refresh your screen real quick. See if that gets any better. No, Crypto Tarzan, I'm using something else today. I'm trying out a few different things. I'd like to be able to use OBS. But this computer I'm actually streaming off of is, I got a lot of other things that go through this. So, I'm just trying to find the best setup for us. It's in sync. Okay, cool. How you guys doing today, man? You guys doing okay? I guess we're about 8 minutes in or so. 7 minutes in. Hope you can hear me okay. I don't know if you guys saw, but up on my screen right now it says, attention Link Marines, Gemini will open trading for Link this coming Tuesday, May 5th at noon. So I hope you guys are excited about that. You guys excited about Link? I'm excited about Link. Let's go ahead and take a look at the markets real quick, yeah? So we got about 11 people watching. So I'm excited about Link being available on Gemini on Tuesday. That's going to be amazing. I see you have a Doge address. Do I have a Doge address? Yeah, I might have listed one. I don't really remember. I'm not encouraging anyone or asking anyone to send me any Doge. I don't have any, but, you know, I don't feel like asking. So you can feel free to send something, Matt, if you want. I'll see where it shows up. I don't remember which Doge address I have hooked up. But I don't want to encourage that. So, you know, I wouldn't ask for it. Nicholas wants me to ask his question. It says, hey, bro, your weekly review with Samantha are really interesting. Last time you spoke about staking cryptos, about stake cryptos about Survivor. Which is, in your opinion... Okay, I'm probably butchering your question. Let me try this again. Hey, bro, your weekly review with Samantha are really interesting. Last time you spoke about stake cryptos about Survivor. Which is your opinion? And you can ask Samantha too about Hex crypto staking. So I think the way we feel about Hex is pretty much in line with each other. It was a project I looked at participating in, not only as a user but potentially part of the team, and just didn't really feel need to get involved with that, either at a user level or as part of the team in any way. I don't necessarily dislike Richard Hart. I actually think he brings a lot of intelligent thought and commentary to the space. I think he will be He is opportunistic, but I also think he's a very direct person. I really like his sci-vibe stuff. So when I think of Richard Hart, I'd rather read about his sci-vibe material than some of his crypto info. I think he was very harsh with projects like, very direct and honest with projects like IOTA. So I've always appreciated his honesty around that, and he was seeing the same things as a lot of us were. So I appreciate that. So my feelings about a lot of projects and Richard's, I think, are right in line. But sorry, Nicholas, as far as Hex, I'm not participating. I don't think Sam's very interested in that either. I know a lot of my friends aren't interested in it either. I maybe have, I think 2 or 3 people I personally know that got involved, and many, 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 many more that did not. Matt, now you got me curious about this Doge address that I have hooked up. It's kind of funny. Well, I don't know what I want to get into today. Looks like we have about 15 people watching, and it is just a few minutes before the time I thought I was going to be started. But I was just a little bored. So I don't know if you guys saw this, and you guys feel free to ask a question. If you have a question, feel free to ask it. That would be fine, and I'll try and answer. Can you guys still hear me okay? So I don't know if you saw the Big Four accounting firm wants to empower enterprises with Ethereum. This was fairly interesting about Ernst & Young basically pushing and holding a blockchain summit 2020. A lot of this had to be done online due to COVID. And so they're really pushing this, and they're pushing this for ERP systems and CRM systems to businesses, and there is a wealth of knowledge. If you go to the pub.ey.com, basically the Going Public EY Global Blockchain Summit 2020. It's pretty fantastic. There's a wealth of material here. So let me just read through this. So this is from Paul Brody, EY Global Blockchain Leader. The only way that blockchains will deliver upon their true promise to the world is if the public blockchain networks are preferred paths for enterprises and investors. So this is EY is really pushing Ethereum, and I think that's wonderful. After careful considerations regarding the global developments of CV, we have decided to redesign the summit to an all virtual format. So this took place over the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of April. It's amazing. So if we just go to Tuesday, the 21st of April, and I don't want to play these actual videos, but there are several ways to watch these. You can watch the full replay. They're broken down into their individual presentations. So how public blockchains will create exponential growth. This one is case studies on improving the supply chain in pharmaceuticals. I can't tell you guys how worthwhile this information is. If you're interested, there were some questions the other day about, what does implementation actually look like? Where are we actually at? If you don't go here and watch these videos over this 3-day presentation, I think you'll be severely lacking in understanding where we're actually at. So this is a great, just this one day alone is several hours of information about adoption, rollout, and the pushing of things like public blockchains, something like Ethereum, to private enterprise. yeah, I mean, there's case studies on traceability, inventory management, and sustainable manufacturing. If you're a person, especially in the accounting field, if you're a person involved in CRM, if you're a person involved in ERP, this is a must. Like, if you want to see how blockchain is going to impact your livelihood, you have to go here and watch these. The presenters are really from all walks of life. A lot of professionals here in that field, a lot of professors, university academics, a lot of tech people, a lot of business people. But once again, every day here is several hours, 4 to 5 hours of presentations, and you get 3 days worth. So this is all free and available to you, and I think you should check it out. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the chat. If you guys have any questions, do you guys have any questions about this Ernst & Young blockchain summit that occurred the 21st through the 23rd? Maybe some of you guys have already seen it. Nicholas is asking, what is the main difference between Eath and Eath 2.0? Well, think of Eath 2.0 as supercharged Eath. It will move from a proof of work mining algorithm to a proof of stake, where instead of miners receiving rewards, holders and node validators will receive rewards for holding Eath. So that's the biggest difference. You're gonna go from a single chain, so single proof of work Ethereum chain, to a beacon master chain and 64 shards, which means other chains. So it's going to be quite spectacular. There'll be new opcodes introduced as well. It's really going to take Ethereum into blockchain 3.0. It's going to be wonderful. Do you think that Holochain has the technology to make blockchain down to road to massive worldwide adoption? No. Not a big fan of Holochain, buddy. More interested in train tracks like Ethereum, Cardano, Tezos, stuff like that. One of my daily stops is, you guys know that I'm very interested in Lunar Crush. Lunar Crush is really cool. I hope you guys have created some dashboards and are using this to see the impact of social media, YouTube, some different things upon the crypto space. This is a section called feeds, and I just went to all feeds. I'm just trying to see if it's going to display well. So I'm checking this on multiple monitors. This is a great way to track developments, though. This one specifically is the Ethereum feeds, and this is all feeds for Ethereum. Let me just back up a little bit. So if I go into Ethereum, I can see its price here and price movement. There's a ton of advanced charts and tons of metrics. It gives an altcoin rank and a galaxy score, which is pretty phenomenal. But it also gives you influencer statistics and metrics. It also gives you feed information. So for example, if I was to go to feeds and all, or I could separate these out between tweets and Reddit posts, news articles, YouTube, Medium articles. But I'm just going to go to all, for example, for Eath. This is just a consolidation of all feeds with pertaining to Eath. Some of these are days old, some of these are hours old. Pretty amazing. You can go into chronological, and you'll get a lot more up-to-date chronological order of these social media impacts. So if you guys aren't using Lunar Crush, I think you really should. It's a great way to get information and stay on top of some of the latest developments and some trending. This article would be a great article. Here's why Ethereum holders could ultimately fuel an explosive uptrend. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Oh man, come on now. This is via Crypto Slate, so let's go ahead and take a look. I think we're going to see an incredible lockup. I think we are going to see an incredible lockup with Ethereum as we continue here. It was just interesting to hear Sam's comments on that yesterday. Oh, I know what I'd like to show. Let me grab some hodler addresses. So let me go over to Glassnode. Man, I hope you guys can see this. So if you're not using Glassnode for your metrics, you really should be. You can slice and dice a lot of information several different ways. So what this is showing is that basically more than 77% of ETH not locked in smart contracts hasn't been moved in 6 months. So more than 3/4 of the ETH in so-called externally owned accounts hasn't moved in 6 months. Despite the price swings, which is interesting. Basically, this shows that investors in ETH are exhibiting strong hodling behavior. So people that are grabbing hold of ETH aren't selling it. They're not getting rid of it. They're holding on to it. So 77.7% of outstanding supply hasn't moved in half a year. That's pretty incredible in 6 months. 57.6% hasn't moved or changed hands in an entire year. And 31.6% has remained unmoved in full 2 years. So you're seeing extreme hodling, man, when it comes to Ethereum, and I can't wait until we get started with the Ethereum 2.0 and the staking. I think we're going to see that even more. I'm just going to take a look at the questions here and see what I got going on. Any date you might know when Zilliqa will launch staking system and how percent it will be available for Atomic wallet holders. I thought that ZIL was already being staked inside of Atomic, but maybe not. So I guess I don't know. I know some other platforms which I've tested and I can't speak publicly about, but there are other platforms that are bringing that online here pretty quick. Which is the most safe stablecoin to keep my USD dollars? Well, Nicholas, I would just ask you why you're interested in moving your crypto into a stablecoin. But in my opinion, I think DAI is the best mechanism for stablecoins. I don't use it. I do test with it, though, so that's all I can tell you about that. But in my opinion, it's probably the best stable platform. It returns a percentage of interest as well. Which, Nicholas says, which, in your opinion, are best staking cryptos to invest? I don't offer investment advice. It's important to understand that staking is more than a return on investment or an investing idea. Typically, coins and tokens that need staking as a mechanism to process transactions. What are the ones that I'm most excited about as far as development and technology and being able to process transactions through a proof of stake consensus model? I would say Ethereum, Tezos, and soon to be Cardano. So those are my top 3. Do you know the reason of the increase of the price in Digibyte lately? Yeah, there's been some social uptake with interest and understanding of Digibyte around the CV stuff. Jared Tate's been pushing that pretty hard. I believe that they are a contender, one of the top contenders to be implemented within several CV tracking applications. There's been a lot of... There's things I can't say publicly. So I would just say that there's a lot of speculation about different organizations, possibly even governments, wanting to use Digibyte in several different applications. Nicholas says, is it faster than trading just for that? Oh, you mean the DAI stable platform? No, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty quick to be able to move. I guess it depends what platform you're on, but I've never had a problem just moving fiat into crypto or crypto to fiat. It's pretty quick. Matt Kurt says, I know that you were very interested in Link now that you've been concentrated on Eath. Any others that are tugging at your heartstrings or brain recently? I went from Tezos to Link as far as love affairs and obsession, and then I went back to Tezos, and then started feeling great about Link, and then now I'm pretty obsessed with Ethereum, especially Ethereum 2.0. There's just so much to learn there, and I've been playing around with a lot of different things involved in Eath 2. So gosh, are there any others? Not really, but that doesn't mean that won't change within a matter of hours or days. You know, I could get obsessed with something else tomorrow. But no, I think I went from Link to Chainlink, or I'm sorry, Tezos to Chainlink, back to Tezos to Chainlink, and now I'm pretty obsessed with Eath. So I think Eath is pretty much dominating my my thought process. Do you guys know what Zero Coin is? And I think I'm lagging quite a bit, so sorry about that. But do you guys know what Zero Coin is? So Zero Coin became Zcash. And I actually got stuck on this Merkle tree issue the other day surrounding Zero Coin and Zcash. So I was kind of obsessive about that. But it doesn't mean I was super obsessive about Zcash or anything. I was just kind of getting obsessed about the how it works, the mechanism. It's fairly interesting. Rocket from the crypto. Heidi ho. What's up, dude? Hey Moo. What are your thoughts on the BitFi wallet? The reason I'm asking you is because you can't get access to your private keys, and you have always mentioned holding your private keys. Thanks. Yeah, man. I don't use wallets that I can't have access to my private keys. I don't see any reason to. I need control over my private keys, so I don't use any wallet where I don't have control over my private keys, except for sometimes you may need to move something to an exchange and there's a wallet up on an exchange and you don't hold the private keys for those. But that serves a different purpose, right? That serves a purpose of quickly just moving something there or having a small amount there and wanting to get rid of it or trade it. Rocket from the crypto says you can. So maybe you can. Maybe you can have access to your private keys there. There's probably, actually, yeah, I take that back. I think there's a third-party software, or there's a separate piece of software in which you can use to expose your private keys. The issue, possibly, and I would not be a good person to ask about this because I have not played around with the BitFi wallet, but potentially the issue would be there if you use that piece of software, you are then exposing your private keys. So that's all I can say about that. I'll have to get some opinions of people that have actually used that. Hey, Rocket from the crypto, have you actually used that software to get at your private keys or show them, or Do you know if it exposes those private keys to a larger group other than just yourself? Nicholas says, should we need a minimum ETH amount for staking in ETH 2.0? Yeah. So the standard ETH2 mechanism, if you're running a validator client, is going to be 32. You might want to check out a video I did the other day from Rocket Pool. Rocket Pool allows you to stake inside of their pooling mechanism, decentralized staking platform with as little as 1 ETH. They take your 1 ETH, they combine it with others to create these 4 ETH chunks, and then these 4 ETH chunks can move around. The cool thing about that platform that I've seen so far is that you can actually run one of their, what they are calling a smart node, with only 16 ETH. So that's pretty sweet. What will happen is just your 16 will get combined with another 16. So, but there's quite a bit of magic there, actually. I mean, if you were to set something up like that on your own, it'd be extremely difficult. So I commend them for doing what they're doing. Let me know if you guys are familiar with Rocket Pool at all. Be curious. Nicholas has another question. Do you believe that the rise of BTC the last 48 hours is just because of halving, or the BTC rise is the confirmation of an epic bull run coming? I guess I would ask you, why does it matter? Why does it matter if it's due to halving or an epic bull run coming? To me, it doesn't necessarily matter. Either one. I think halving's got a lot to do with it. But when I think about crypto, the entire time I've been in crypto, if I think about the date that I started up until today, it's been in a general uptrend. So I'd already call it an epic bull run. Rocket from the Crypto regarding exposing the keys or getting access to your private keys. It says, yep, it's separate, and yes, you have to expose them. Okay, yep. So that would bother me. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't use that. But that's just me. For other people, I know a lot of people that are totally happy with their BitFi wallet. Number one thing is that people are comfortable with whatever they're using. I don't care if it's Corel Word or Notepad or you name it. News to me, what's the link if anyone has it? Are you talking about the BitFi private key exposer thing? I don't know. You'd have to ask Rocket from the Crypto. Moo, are you working directly for DigiByte organization? Nope. Nope, I am not. I am not volunteering any time. It's just a project that I know people that are connected to it, and it's something I pay attention to. How hard is it to stake ETH? Do you have to know computer technology as well? Yeah, I would say yes. So the stuff I am playing with right now, it's fairly difficult in ETH 2.0 testnet. I think they're going to make it a little bit easier, but your challenges there are going to be, you're going to need to know something about network security, and you're going to need to be fairly technologically adept. Also, another challenge is you're going to have 32 ETH. So if any one of those are presenting a problem for you, you're going to need to think about maybe using a pool or looking to someone else to give you a hand. Rocket from the Crypto says Ledger and Trezor seem more solid. Yeah, I would agree. Much more confident and about those two wallets. Anyone here? Is anyone here actually participating in ETH2 testnet? Nicholas says wallets like Jazz, MetaMask, or Atomic can be considered safe or not. Yeah, I mean, if you surround them with standard security practices, I think they could be considered safe. Nothing is 100% safe, Nicholas. It's just something important to understand. Usually people trade convenience for safety. Sounds like our current world, right? Moo, what are your thoughts on PPP, and PPT as a passive form of income? So PayPal, from what I've heard, they're not really doing anything with invoicing, and Populous, I think, is doing some invoicing. But I haven't really been messing around with any of that stuff in quite a while. Nicholas says, is there any other way to produce Bitcoin other than mining, like staking? Nope, not right now. Not really. What is the return from the smart node? Okay, so MJ, why don't we get into that, yeah? Let's go talk about that. So I showed you guys a interesting Google Doc that you could have done your own math on. And recently they created a front end to connect to this Google Doc. So understand that there's a lot of discussion about this on the back end, and some of the discussion publicly is kind of more general. So these are not going to be extremely 100% accurate, but they're going to get you, I think, pretty close, at least close what they want to be released out into the public. So give me a second here, and I'm just going to pull up that calculator. I thought I had it up somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Hope you guys can see this. Let me just hit refresh real quick. So this is the Eath current ETH2 calculator, and this is over at ethereumprice.org/ETH-2-calculator. So for example, let's put in 10 ETH. This would be your basically total principal amount. And we can calculate this. Once again, this is the same thing that I already showed some of you guys via the Google Doc, but this they've made a nice front end to just go ahead and connect to it. So these would be your years. So I just went with 10 ETH staked just to make the math easy for us to understand. And it says result based upon the settings in the calculator and the assumptions outlined below, the annual interest rate for your stake will be 14.26%. Given ETH price of currently $211.38, the value of your original stake would be worth $24.15 after 1 year and $8,014 after 10 years. So that's what you'd be looking at. It gives a breakdown of the years. It lists your ETH staked, and obviously you guys can see here that they're using a compounding interest, so they would assume that you'd be taking your ETH rewards and rolling it back in, getting your ETH rewards, rolling it back in, ETH rewards, rolling it back in. So if you did that, if you were practicing compound interest, your return on investment that first year would be 14.26, the second year would be 30.55, and then 49.16, all the way up to year 10, where basically it would be 279.15%. If you scroll down here, it will give you some information. The ETH2 calculator uses framework provided by Consensus Codified's ETH2 spreadsheet. This is that Google Doc that I was showing you guys before, about a month ago. Community discussion for Ethereum 2.0 calculator. Its variables and assumptions can be found on the Telegram channel at ETH2 calculator. So if you guys are interested in joining this Telegram, you can do it there. The calculator on this page aims to simplify the front-end complexities of gauging an expected return when staking in the upcoming ETH2 deposit contract. Users can select advanced settings to modify a number of variables that impact a validator's expected return on investment. So this also gives some interesting articles if you guys want to scroll down here and take a look. So I would just point you to this calculator if you want to take a look at that. Yeah. You can learn a little bit about ETH and ETH staking through there and some projections. Let me go back over to the questions. I have 32 ETH, but not technical at all. Should I even have 32 ETH then? Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, you know, technology is like any other skill, right? It's like learning to fight or, ride a motorcycle or do flips in your backyard. So, it's something you can learn. Um, and if you have 32, you're going to have a wide range of options available to you. You could stand up a node. You could partner with somebody. You could partner with somebody more technical than you. You could start a business. You could, if you don't want to handle all the technical stuff, you are not in an environment where network connectivity or electricity is always available to you. You could think about propping something up in AWS. If that was too technical for you, actually running a node yourself, you could think about joining something like a pool. And that pool maybe is run by your super geeky nephew or your super geeky neighbor, or a pooling service like Rocket Pool, something like that. I am hearing you only on the left earphone, and this is only at your live streams only. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I run a bunch of audio gear, and I probably have this channel that I'm coming through. It's probably set to only one side and not stereo. So I'll fix that for next time. Thanks, though. I appreciate that, man. And any feedback you guys can give me would be super helpful. Nicholas says, which is the convenient of MCO crypto credit card if we cannot spend the cryptocurrency with that king of card? Why is it not possible yet to buy things with cryptos? World can be much better than crypto. Much better with crypto. Well, there's lots of options about purchasing things with crypto. I don't want to get into any of those today, though. Are you saying you've tried MCO crypto credit card and it's not very convenient? I've actually heard a lot of people say it's super easy. I actually personally know several people that use it all the time, and they said it's really super easy and convenient. Maybe it depends what part of the world you're in. I don't know. I don't use it. I don't really have a need to spend my crypto yet. And the things I test are just, they're outside of that. I'm not really interested in that yet. 5G and blockchain technology can be linked to create revolutionary things or not related. Well, 5G is going to give a lot of places incredible bandwidth that they don't have now. And blockchain technologies, some of them could really use incredible bandwidth. So yeah, they are separate, but also could be used together in the future, for sure. Probably can't compound unless you have 32 ETH. That's actually not true, MJ. So there's ways to compound via some pools and some different things, some smart nodes. MJ, take a look at that video I did for Rocket Pool. I'm not sponsored by Rocket Pool, but that's a pooling service that I think is going to be really great. Cool thing about that, once again, is you don't need 32 ETH. You only need 16, and you can run a validator up there all by yourself. You can even run a business. So that's pretty interesting. New Zealand, nothing here yet. You mean 5G? I gotcha. I don't know. I've heard people in Australia complain about their internet bandwidth a lot. Have you guys seen the Binance widget for... sorry, I got stuck on the Binance widget for Brave browser? If not, I'd like to show you that, because it's awesome. Wow. Give me 1 second. I'll try and find it. I've lost it. I've lost the link. Yeah, so check this out, you guys, if you haven't seen this yet. So this is a this is the Binance widget for Brave browser. It's pretty awesome. Hope you guys can see this. So yeah, how cool is that? So that's going to be the new Binance widget for Brave browser. Pretty awesome stuff. Do you think Bitcoin can skyrocket to pricing we never saw before? Yeah, I do. Personally, I do. Sure. Just give it time. Matt Kurtz says, I heard that the Brave Binance deal made me buy more BAT. Yeah, man. I already have some, but if I wouldn't have had any, I would have definitely been buying some upon that news. So that widget's pretty sweet, right? That widget's going to be awesome. It's going to make it very easy for people to buy and sell crypto within Brave browser, thanks to the Binance widget. Basically, you can deposit, you can convert, you can buy. Says today's Brave desktop browser update version 1.8 features the Binance widget, the first exchange browser integration of its kind. So I guess what I would ask you guys is, are you using it? Have any of you guys used this yet? Because it's pretty awesome. Nicholas says, what about stock market? Do you think many investor will emigrate to crypto market, or will be an entire new group coming to cryptos, or both? Yeah, I think both. I think you'll have a lot of legacy investors searching for yield. It sounds like you're asking about retail sector. So yeah, I think you'll have a lot of existing legacy exchange users interested in crypto. And I think you'll also have brand new. There's been a lot of studies. I just read one yesterday, and I'd pull it up if I had the link. But I was talking about how they're calling them millennials, and also a different group of young people called Zoomies, which I thought was kind of funny, and TikTokers, how interested they are in crypto. And it sounds like they're not even interested at all in legacy markets, only crypto. Moo, what's your long-term outlook on EOS compared to Ethereum? I like Ethereum way more than EOS. I have a little EOS but no Ethereum. You think it's wise to sell a little bit and get some ETH. I don't offer investment advice, dude. I'll tell you that I hold both. I hold both. Will XLM stake too? How do you like XRP and BAT? Okay. Yeah, there is. I think there's people receiving some kind of reward on XLM now. I think it's very limited. Yes, in the future, I think there's going to be many more returns and options for staking when it comes to XLM. How do you feel? How do you like XRP? A friend of mine, Santino, said XRP is the one he's afraid not to hold. So that's kind of how I feel. I think it'll probably do well in the future, and I'm just afraid not to hold it. But that doesn't mean I have a huge amount or anything else. It's just I'm afraid not to have any, so I have a little bit. And BAT, I'm super stoked about BAT. BAT is awesome. And Howman says no, so I assume that means no, you're not using the Binance widget inside of Brave yet. You should, Ann. Check it out. Report back. Tell me if you like it. Antonas says, only me waiting for dump close to BTC halving. So it sounds like you're waiting for the halving in order to pick up some Bitcoin. Good luck. You're looking for a 20 or 30% pullback, it looks like. Well, good for you. I hope you get it. I don't know if you will. I think those days might be over. Rocket from the Crypto says it's minimal, the XLM float. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard it's just, I mean, it's not even worth messing with. It's like 0.5 a stellar. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, I knew it was something just super tiny. Yeah, that's, I mean, I don't even know if that's worth my time to even look into. Nicholas says, as a newbie, I have a sensation that blockchain has unlimited possibilities. May I write? I gotta sneeze. Yeah. Yeah, I think the sky's the limit, dude. Distributed databases and blockchain technology and common ledgers are going to change the world. What is your opinion of Uniswap? You know, decentralized DEXs. I thought at one time DEXs would be the future, but it doesn't seem like it is. It has really caught on. I thought we would get to the point where you know, I would talk to my neighbor down the street or some kid I know, you know, and he would say, hey, I'm running a DEX at home. But we just haven't got there yet. Might just be too early. I thought a lot more people would be running DEXs by now. But what do I know? I'm always early. Painfully early. Well, guys, we're about almost an hour in here. Thanks, Sparks. I know, right? Holy cannolis. Sneezing. If you guys got any more questions, go ahead and put them in the chat box. I'll try and get to them before we wrap up here. Probably going to be done within the next 10 minutes. I'd love to show you guys. Oh, you guys know anything about GNOSIS? Gesundheit, if you prefer. Yeah, thanks, man. So this was some interesting metrics showing the April performance of Bitcoin versus DeFi tokens, and GNOSIS was at the top of the list, and Link was second. I thought this was pretty awesome and amazing. I don't know if you guys are into GNOSIS. I'm not recommending GNOSIS. I'm just saying there's been some interesting developments with GNOSIS. Let me pull an article over here. So GNOSIS launches GNOSIS Safe Apps multi-sig DeFi transactions. So what they're doing is they're kind of leading the way in multi-signature DeFi apps. If you guys like to read about GNOSIS, you might want to check it out. Zilliqa has a potential like Ethereum back in 2015 question mark. No, man, I don't think so. No, I do not. I do not think it has potential like Ethereum back in 2015. Sorry. I think the Singapore government is very interested in it, but you know, Zilliqa's whole thing was shards, you know. Well, I mean, Ethereum 2 is going to be all about sharding, so really appreciate your time to answer. Thank you. Blanked on the Gnosis. It's performed well recently, though. Yep, it has. But, I mean, do you care, though, Rocket, from Decrypto? Do you care that it's, I mean, it's outperformed Bitcoin by 90% when you have Link, which is outperformed Bitcoin 66%? I think you own some Link, don't you? You're happy about Link. I'm happy about Link. I'm more happy about Link than Gnosis, even though Gnosis has had an incredible run in April. I think the multi-sig stuff is cool. What's your first choice then between BAT, XLM, and XRP? As far as technology, I would say BAT. I think, yeah. As far as interoperability between banks, I would say XRP, and for XLM, I would say there's lots of potentials there. Thank you, good sir. Rocket from the Crypto says nope. So nope, you wouldn't care, or you don't care that Gnosis has went crazy in April because you hold Link. I bet you that's what you mean. Sorry this lag's so far behind. Weekly review with Samantha are alive. How can we tell you our questions to her? Nicholas says. You have to be a part of the her Patreon group. So you can join her Patreon group. It's a really cool group. You get access to a Discord server. A lot of us are up there on the Discord server almost daily, hourly, chatting and sharing ideas. I always watch the replay. Yeah, some people do. The kind of weird thing about the replay, though, is you only get like some of the discussions. You know, we have larger discussions that you don't get to see. But, you know, that's up to you. Yeah, Rocket from Decrypto says unless you are Patreon, you can't. Nicholas, that is correct. So let's go ahead and take a look. I think the last thing, why don't I just go ahead and... So I mentioned that there's a bunch of real deal analysts starting to come into the space. I think you guys should check out bankless.substack.com. These are really proficient analysts in traditional markets that are starting to come into the crypto space. Another cool site is ByteTree. Let me try and show you ByteTree. It doesn't want to refresh. That's annoying. So I won't recommend ByteTree right now. It's a cool site though. Oh, there we go. Come on, man. So there's two things here. There's ByteTree Insights, which gives some analysis, which I think is really good, and these are free and they're really top-notch. And then there's the ByteTree Terminal, which is awesome for getting all sorts of metrics. The deal here, though, is it's only got Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, BSV, Dash, and Litecoin, but these metrics are absolutely killer. And I'll just leave it to you to go through these. It also has raw data dumps, which you can take and dump into other applications as well. Let's go over to Eath Trader real quick and just take a look at... So Eath Reddit is absolutely amazing. And this is probably my #1 go-to for info that's in the public view. I just want to scroll down and see if there's anything interesting here. It says ETH 2.0 issuance will be 2 million a year at most, it says Vitalik. So that's wonderful. That tells me that there's going to be a crunch on ETH supply. Meaning if you want to get ETH, you probably should have already started, but you better hurry up. Brave Basic Attention Token web browser is really futuristic. I agree, man. I agree. I really like it. I think you guys should go check out that Binance widget. Moo, what's your thoughts on Kyber Network Exchange? Kyber Network Crystal, I think is what you mean. It's okay. I mean, you know, it's one of the ones that I'm kind of like interested in from a technology perspective, but I don't own any. I don't participate in the you know what I mean? And then if you're asking about price, I don't offer any sort of price. That's a no-win discussion for me to have with somebody. So I can talk about the technology maybe sometime if you want. I'd be fine with that. Let me try and find the Reddit, because I believe the last time I went to the KNC Reddit, it was awesome. So let me see if I can... Yeah. So if you're interested in Kyber, why don't you check out the Reddit, because it's usually really amazing. You can stay up on all the Kyber Network Crystal info. Thank you, and Samantha James. If not you guys, I would still be sitting on XRP only, and my portfolio would be down by half. Yeah, I know, man. I know. There's so many good projects out there. So many cool things to be involved in. So many cool things to learn. Oh man, all of this will change the world. Yep, I agree. I think it's already changing the world. So let's just go back to ETH Trader here before we close it out. If you guys have any more questions, go ahead and put them in there. I'll try and answer. Sorry, I should have gave you more information about Kyber. I'll do something larger on Kyber next time, okay? Hey, you guys want to see the DeFi stack? Look at that. Can you guys see that? That's a cool ass graphic. What I'll do too is maybe in the description of this video, I'll put in all these links. Will that be helpful? So you guys can check these out on your own. So the real question is, when will V-Bucks transition over to blockchain? How about Disney dollars? I'm waiting for Disney dollars. Disney dollars on the blockchain. Then a lot of people will know it's real. A lot of children will see it as being very normal. I'm not sure everyone will be prepared for this massive change. Blockchain is like opening a door and finding a new world. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be participating in this blockchain revolution. They won't even know they are. Just like a lot of people are up on the internet, but they don't understand the technology that makes it work. Rocket from to crypto. Fortnite. Yep. Hey, Rocket from to crypto. I know we're lagging bad here, so I'm going to have to wait like 5 minutes to get your answer. But in Fortnite, can you like buy and sell items? Can you like buy and sell like, like weapons and armor and stuff like that? And if so, is there a blockchain component to that? Like, can you buy and sell these things? I guess if it's just digital, can you buy and sell these things on digital markets? And if you can buy and sell them on digital markets, can you somehow tokenize these things? So I guess I'll just leave you with this decentralized finance DeFi stack product and application view. I'll include all the links down below. I think that would be the best way. No, not yet. Yeah, I gotcha. Maybe I'll show you guys one other site, yeah? Hold on one second. Let me show you one other site before we go. So if you watched my Ethereum name service tutorial videos, you know that I showed you a site called Opensea. But the cool thing about, and you can buy and sell Ethereum name service domains up here. But another cool thing is you can buy and sell like weapons and armor and stuff for, oh god, I don't want to show that. Let me get out of here. For different games and stuff. So that's kind of cool. Guys, I think I'm going to close it out there. Thank you very much. Rocket from Decrypto says, nope, they need to do all of that. They keep it closed environment. I got you. What about Libra Coin? It will launch by Facebook this year. You know, it's going to morph and turn and change into a couple of different things. I'm not really. I think Libra Coin was great for bringing crypto into the faces of non-crypto holders and into their, you know, view. But, you know, I don't think it's going to be any big deal. Anything to write home about, to be honest with you. The entities behind Libra Coin are more interesting than Libra Coin or Facebook. Bye. Yeah, see you, dude. All right, guys, I'm going to go later. Thanks a lot. Thanks for participating in this live stream. I really appreciate it. I'm still working out the bugs and getting used to it and using different technologies in order to stream. I'd still like to kind of jazz it up a little bit and get crypto prices and things to pop in, but I just kind of been busy working on other things. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys soon. And Curdy, I'll make sure the Doge address is down in the description. Later, dudes. See ya. Appreciate everybody being there. Bye.